I've realized I've uploaded the best video back to back. Maybe Penguin Zero video is a little bit of lackluster, but it wasn't my decision. It's people decided that this is the best video on my channel. The most watchable, clickable face, basically, the most skibbity video. So these must be the best things that represent the best things, right? Well, in today's world, and the reason why I need to be fireproof, death is everywhere. And it's technically the only choice. Death is the only choice. I feel so lost. Oh, I can't wait to finish Dead Mouse drama. Because if you want death, death is just around the corner. You can have as much death as you want. You can accelerate that thing all the way. But the reality is, it's best not to do that. I genuinely need to figure out what is this video.
I want my life to mean something. I just feel
I don't think that's obtainable for a Markiplier.
lost. Like I'm in limbo. I'm tired of spinning my wheels.
Wow. He's putting words in my mouth. This is literally what I would describe death as, of just like losing meaning. Maybe you never looked for meaning, bro. Maybe you looked at horror games. This is death. You follow a person like that, it's death. And I will talk about Dead Mouse drama. There's so many crazy videos to come, but this is technically top of the iceberg, my friends. This is the best ones we have so far. The funny thing is, as I was releasing these videos, I didn't know that my microphone has died and switched to something else. Technically just a click of a button, and all of a sudden you're no longer speaking with the same voice. You're speaking with a potato voice. So my best videos got fucking ruined. Death. Layer of death has been shrouding them from now on. It is crazy though. It is crazy. I will call it a glitch. If you look at my channel and you actually investigated when I started not using the correct microphone, it was like the elephant in the room. The elephant started and the elephant ended this adventure. So there's so much to talk about. These 4 videos like coming together like 4 horsemen of death, of the apocalypse. You might be able to see how bad this is, then maybe be able to see how bad this is. But this is also very bad. This is also very bad. Like, this whole video I was saying, like, how sad it is that someone picked up a responsibility, but never actually made it into anything. They had all the superpowers, everything to liberate humanity with, and they didn't do anything. They just shut down, caved in into their own, basically, intentions, I guess, to do whatever the fuck they want. They even scrubbed their past videos. It's so bad. And the world around us is crumbling apart. But you can see a glimpse of hope as well. I have my own rendering engine. My rendering engine is unbelievably good and potentially will just replace Euclidean of what it's supposed to have been doing this whole time. Just like I am trying to replace Rewind. I'm trying to own this once and for all, basically. Be that guy that people talk about. In case they want to, you know, in case they want to revive this concept. By this year, I will be ready. And I will have a full month to truly prepare myself. Instead of pretending that I can do something crazy, I will do something crazy. And it all comes together. They dropped it. They couldn't handle rewinds. Mr. Beast couldn't handle rewinds. PewDiePie couldn't handle rewinds. I'm picking it up. I'm taking the responsibility. YouTube couldn't handle its own fucking platform at this point. And even YouTube CEO died. There's death attached to this. It's crazy. So, that aside, the next easy one to talk about is Windows death. It literally came out of nowhere, but it was coming pretty fast and in a pretty brutal fashion. The massive blue screens of death everywhere. People have been warned basically that Windows cannot be trusted, potentially. And eventually we realized that that is exactly what's going on. Windows 11 cannot be trusted. It is being forced onto us. And even though this plot line was happening for a long time, but damn, it's almost like an inside job to actually warn people that Windows cannot be trusted. I can just inject any update into Windows and it's just gonna crash everyone's PCs. It's that simple. The story is not even over yet with this stuff and this stuff. They need part 2. I am so done with Windows, it's crazy. It's time to start fresh, basically. It's about time. We're getting evicted. It's sad. What can you do? It's death. It is unbelievable that sudden death happened across the board, across like most computers. Most people's devices, bro, have been completely disrespected. And Microsoft became even bigger. Vortex became a bigger life-changing event than UK. Fucking UK protests, digital ID, means nothing in comparison to what's happening here. This Vortex is huge. And actually continues warranting political movements to sue the shit out of these tech companies who are doing bad things to themselves and everyone else who supports them. Microsoft literally could have done nothing and be better off. People would have trusted them more in this case, especially when the world itself is changing. AI is going to change the world anyways. You don't have to jump in alongside with like everyone else pretending that AI is safe. That is insane. Windows 11 will never be safe. We'll never have enough security updates to be safe. It's already being cracked as it is. And it's just like, it's so sad to see that the CEO is so fucking clueless of what he's doing. He just wants more and more and more things to happen. No one can keep up with that guy. Essentially, all he ends up wanting is just more consent. Like a fucking vampire. So that's that. My operating system has died. What a crazy thing. I was sitting in my room and something in inside my computer has died. It's very rare for that to happen. No matter how much I abuse my computer, it usually works fucking flawlessly. No viruses, nothing, bro. And yet, here we are. It died anyways. So unexpected, so sudden. And, well, slightly more spicy than this death, right? It introduced another flavor entirely. Someone who has been responsible, someone who has been able to push humanity forward, suddenly just kind of throws themselves off a cliff. You know, everything was going perfectly fine, but no. They made a terrible mistake instead, right? The next 2 deaths remain. As we're going through these, I'm also kind of considering that this is the last episode. That we kind of like done pretty good stuff. We could end it on this note, because it's a very uplifting note. It's very empowering. The final message is this. Choose death that kills evil. I have a very particular strategy in life. I don't want to chase anything. Chasing is hard, right? Fire exit, where you see something shiny and you want to chase it. I know that I leave a lot of things behind. It's not free for me to chase whatever the fuck I want. I'm leaving behind my privacy. my identity that I crafted within my private bounds, and I'm chasing something that wants to be chased even deeper and deeper into just darkness, basically, potentially putting me in a ridiculous amount of danger. Maybe women cannot be trusted. They not only don't exist, but they are traps. Like, you can't imagine things get even worse than how I describe it in comedy specials. Things might be even worse because I'm completely clueless of how bad it could be. It might be better, but it might be worse. So it's best not to leave your home, not to leave your family behind and start chasing a bunch of random stuff. See, even moving out from your parents' basement should have never been about death. Should have never been about leaving your parents behind to rot. It's insane choice to make. I needed my parents. I needed my parents' wealth, first and foremost. They have accumulated some stuff. Alright. I need safety. I need to not pay rent. That will keep me fireproof. So I know very, very well not to fucking leave my sanctuary and chase after things that may not pan out anyways. The feeling of safety, especially financial safety, is absolutely tremendous feeling. And of course, pity those who can't actually achieve it, who are now struggling because it's death season. It's a lot worse than it used to be. It's extra bad. It's the apocalypse. Things that you didn't expect are dying anyways. Or even sucking you in into deeper suffering session. Who knows what's going to happen to these people? Maybe their computer's going to get hijacked and used as a fucking weapon. It is easier than ever right now to make bad decisions. The third death is about the masses. The masses rising. There's more protest than ever before. There's more uprising than ever before. Even though the people are the problem. People are the demons. Demons are rising. And the only thing they can do is terrorize each other. And this is happening because there's nobody to stop them. The heroes themselves are evil. They don't actually have the right tools to handle the situation anymore. The third death, is the death of heroes. We had the sudden death and the death of something very significant. The death of just responsibility. It could have been taking care of the responsibility that you have. You had such greatness. I would say like the death of greatness describes it very well. Right? Sudden death, the death of greatness. And now, the death of heroes that would stop, normally would be able to stop masses from getting out of control, but now they can't. As I've said, it's so insane to think that people got a lot crazier instead of more collected when there's literally war happening across the border. People are losing their minds anyways. What's going on? Why are people so crazy nowadays? Right? I will never know because they're demons. They're probably plotting some bullshit. You know, they probably realize that heroes are not going to stop them anymore. But at the same time, they know they don't have much time to celebrate. That the real hero is going to show up. They're going to unite. You know, you just have to be ready. You should be a hero too. You should be ready. It's important to resist every single death, including this one, where I see demons everywhere, dude. There's no escape. Like, they are everywhere. They infiltrated everything, and they're doing everything bad. I don't know exactly how the fuck we get rid of all of them, but we will have to work on it. This will be very difficult to name. This one, what is this? Because, like, it's death of ignorance. People cannot ignore it anymore. They want to so badly. They want to think that a person on the screen that they have dedicated their lives to, they have to be nice to that person. The death of lies, the death of self-deception, potentially, right? The death of self-deception. Absolutely, the greatest self-deception is gambling. But anywhere you throw money in hopes to make yourself feel better, that's also gambling, in hopes that your money is going to be better off given to someone else. That's gambling. And you are a terrible gambler if you give money to a rich person who doesn't need your money. You are a terrible gambler. You're never going to win anything. Even just giving random money to random people in the streets, right? You're still going to be better off. You're still going to make more friends than giving it to just a person who's not going to even care that you did something. And even though people are praising Penguin, it's like it's crazy. They still trying to keep self-deception alive. And it's just such an iceberg of such delusional people. There's so many of them frozen in place. They're not doing anything productive because they're already over-investing into things that don't matter. And when they get unfrozen, they potentially switch to the demon side anyways. Because what they treat as a hero has to be defended. But this hero will not protect them from their own demons. Because they support the hero, but they don't understand that, you know, they might actually dig their own grave. That they might get themselves going from a self-deception hero into a real hero that can in fact defeat them. I pity everyone who bumps into me thinking that their skibidi is better than my brain cells. Wow, you really skibidi recently, guys. Everyone treats internet as a dumping ground and you think it trickles up into the best individuals. I just consider Mr. Beast the best individual, the only tested person. Everyone else is potentially mediocre or just bad actors. Because the more power they get, the more responsibility they get, and it's not necessarily a good thing. They might not be able to handle the excess responsibility, right? And hopefully, again, like, these deaths actually gonna bring greater things for our future. That we're gonna, like, reset and find more freedoms. We're gonna find the real people who's supposed to become rich, who's supposed to take your attention. We're gonna bring back the heroes and shut down the demons, basically. Obviously, we hope for the better future, but we have to be first fireproof because bad things are happening. And hopefully we bring back the greatness that has been lost simply because someone let go. Someone, you know, got too bitter because there's too many haters on the internet. Maybe it's like style of revenge. Who knows? It's weird. It's crazy how much resemblance Euclidean story has with YouTube Rewind. Because it also got bullied into submission of like, wow, well, YouTube Rewind shouldn't exist anymore, isn't it? That's not what people said. They just didn't like it. But that's like, fine, whatever. Right? You'll make a better one next time, right? Instead, they made it worse and gave up entirely. They got bullied into submission. And that was crazy to watch, you know, unfold. Of like, wait, no more Rewind? That's a little weird. How can you not handle something so simple? And they will take the opportunities basically to hide the death Rewind will pretend that 2020 was basically impossible to make Rewind around, even though they already did the, offline Rewind anyways. What was the fucking difference? They were ready for COVID. They were COVID ready. They were COVID proof. And they still didn't do it. There were no excuses. Euclidean also had no excuse, but they ended up trickling down into being a fucking zoo. Parody, basically, of themselves. Like, well, that's cool, what you have been able to achieve, but no one is actually benefiting from that. Just fucking little children is benefiting right now. That's insane. You could have created so many jobs. It's actually easy to make a revolution on the internet if you're a good person. If you actually genuinely care about solving problems, you'll get somewhere eventually. So the final step is, what are the dangers right now? Because we're still supposed to be fireproof, and we also have to have a perfect strategy into the future. I say, kill the evil. Death to the evil. Choose death to the evil. You have to choose death. There's no other choice. I play my card game and I fucking hate it because it's dead. I should be making my own, right? And technically, there's one direction. What? Really? You better be. It's been so long. We have been going one direction, but someone died from their band. That's crazy. The other one turned into trans fucking. Let's just call him monstrosity. I don't trust any of them, but I trust the fact that there is that one direction to go across barriers to just create your thing, to not rely on anyone else, to gain true independence and potentially a true godlike status. The current meta is asking for us to create. That is the only way we can avoid death. The moment we trust anyone else, we lose. Notch trusted Microsoft? Are you sure, Notch? Why would you ever trust something like this? Now we know that they cannot be trusted, even though they took care of Minecraft, because they can keep people employed and keep telling them what to do. That's not very hard, is it? So the idea is, in order to stay fireproof, there's two more things. Get rid of responsibility. The reason why Notch felt like he has to get rid of Minecraft is that there is a reason to get rid of responsibility. It's too much to worry about. But there's don't get too cocky. Don't sell what you own. The moment Notch disowned his property is the moment the property no longer worked for him anymore. I don't know what you do with all the money that you generate, but it's better to have a passive income than just get a bulk of money after you sell what you actually own. This is the greatest way. Just sell your home. I mean, the easiest way to become homeless is sell your home. Sell the things you own, and all of a sudden, it's death. And it's pretty brutal as well. Not only you shouldn't be running away from your home, but you shouldn't definitely not sell one. Especially when we see everything is getting more and more expensive. Everything you own is increasing in value. Welcome to capitalism. Everyone wants to own everything. So ownership is actually scarcity. Or ownership is scarce. People even want to own digital garbage. It's scarce to own something. And so when you follow that one direction of like, you have to create your things, you can only trust yourself after all, then you will find yourself with the answer in your hands. I did it, and I can't wait to start crafting YouTube Rewind. I can't wait to find the true escape. But we're also going to kill this series. We're going to kill the Fireproof series because the answer is pretty obvious, right? I trust in myself. I create my own stuff. And I keep it. It's just that simple. I keep it. It's mine. I'm not going to give it up. I love it how I can bend this whole thing. It's something else, bro. It's something else. The power level. Of doing whatever I want, as long as I can come up with stuff to do. Right? Look at this crazy shit. And if you don't see it, then see it. Now you see it. And it's gonna only get better and better. This is just the starting point. Starting point of me neglecting myself, by the way. I still neglected myself. I still didn't accept this as the death. I still hoped and dreamed that I can trust something else. Instead of go forward, I would still like hesitate. Right? And you know, you give chances to things around you. You want them to succeed. You want to be a nice person. But they betray you every time. My friends betray me. My entertainment betrays me. Some YouTubers betray their YouTube channels. Everything is falling apart every single time. You can't trust anything. You can't even be hired in a job forever. Lose my job? That's it. I never trusted my job in the first place. It's still a betrayal of a human being to be enslaved just for the sake of money. Isn't that crazy? But when you own something, when you create something, you can sell it as well. Eventually. The funny thing is, it's very difficult to own your own thing. Even some of the biggest channels on YouTube just play GTA 6. You know, just talk about games. My most biggest videos are simply skibbity videos. It's not when I created something, when I talk about something. It's just drama. Drama of the faces that I don't own. I have my face. Why can't I be part of this world where people click on me? They don't click on me for some reason. So there's actually a lot of barriers to the entry. You eventually still get bombarded by like, just trust this person, trust that person. How about you trust this person? But everyone's getting canceled, and that's the feeling that I get. Like it's drama anyways. Why would I trust them? It's drama. And even if I trust them, it's not going to last very long. I'll just figure them out and be able to do what they can do. And if I truly trust them, then I'll just become their clones. I'll just become a better version of them. They still won't be able to keep up with what I'm capable of doing. Bro, you can't even trust Technoblade being dead. Even though death is everywhere. You just never know. It's never that obvious. It's not supposed to. That death is not trying to be obvious by any means. Death is just trying to kill as many things as possible. So it's very useful for death to not be obvious. Even though he's obviously alive, there's just too many clues to make it alive, and it's just so insane to watch this. To the point where I probably shut his channel down. I scared him off so badly. Hylian drama is definitely such a roller coaster. And even if Hytale comes back to life, it means absolutely nothing. It's still death. It's layered death. You cannot put too many expectations on something that does not exist. It must exist. You must enjoy its existence. You know, I can't expect women to be likable, to not be traps. It's so dangerous because they don't exist. What am I supposed to do with them? You know? So loving women becomes this. Death, basically. A minor death. Basically spitting on a path because you're not gonna fucking walk that path. There's no woman to chase. There's nothing in front of you. So you just spit at it. You tell to yourself that you're fine by yourself. You're excited to have opportunity at many different relationships. And that's better than, picking one in particular. Because everything is out of reach in the first place. The best thing you have is the fantasy. And you know that the best women are resisting death as well. They cannot be reached that easily. And they're keeping their distance from death. So you can only admire and move on towards self-improvement instead. There's no way of chasing them. So as you avoid these crucial mistakes and understand what life is about, you become fireproof. We basically did it. I genuinely don't know what else we can talk about. The first episode, the Temple OS, isn't it ironic how we just went full circle of we have to install a new OS. We have to tame one of them. One of them wild horses. Creating your own OS is the most fucking deranged, lunatic thing you can do. But taming an OS is actually still a reasonable thing, right? PewDiePie show us how it's done, and honestly, he did us a great service. Because I personally have never seen anything like it. PewDiePie just does it better than anyone else. He has all the time in the world. He can take care of the responsibilities that he has. He's a nice man. He does something that Mr. Beast cannot do. And that's a big deal. He has cultural significance, this PewDiePie boy. The funny thing is, when PewDiePie versus T-Series was happening, I was chanting, PewDiePie is dead. And it worked! T-Series defeated PewDiePie. And then eventually he got completely knocked out with Cocomelon. He just completely gave up. That was crazy. I didn't thought that whatever I was chanting was true. But I felt as a god doing it. I felt like the history is set in stone now. PewDiePie is over. I don't know how I got this information, but it fucking worked, guys. PewDiePie as we know it, his channel is dead. Let's just call it this, don't kill your social presence. PewDiePie came back to life to some extent, right? He just couldn't keep up anymore. He had to reinvent himself, and right now, he's in a honorable position, right? No one asked him to grind YouTube videos anyways, right? That's not really what life is supposed to be about anyways. But PewDiePie's death starts with death of Marcia, unfortunately. Alright? She deleted her channel, she deleted so much material that it's actually insane. It is completely incomprehensible that PewDiePie allowed it to happen, that it's normal for him. And it's the first clue of yes, PewDiePie is dead. It's over, guys. He allowed bad decisions to be made, basically next to him, right in front of his eyes, and that's when you know it. that this person is not that responsible anymore. Nobody's out there to help you. Money's not fireproof. It's actually very difficult to crack what I was talking about in Fireproof series. This one is pretty obvious. It's just like a person dedicated to his craft. Like, this is as best as you can get. Then you have billionaire mentality of reaching towards more and more money. That you can actually burn yourself out. And again, Notch's decision to reach for money was the bad one. Money's not fireproof. Money can burn. There's definitely other things that you can own in life that is fireproof. So even if you sell something, now you have to scramble to buy new things, right? You still get like this surge of responsibility. You can't get rid of responsibility by just selling things. You actually get more responsibility, more things to worry about. It's so much more difficult to make changes in your life when you're destroying things instead of improving things. As cool as this setup was, it's also like the worst thing I've ever seen. It is two great people, again, killing greatness, incapable of actually achieving greatness together, doing something, just something cool. They don't have to do something grandiose, but they just have to try to do something together, right? Unite Minecraft X engine basically with, this world building of Bethesda, the open world feeling of Bethesda, because even though Minecraft is open world, it has nothing. It's a barren wasteland. What if you put way too many things into Minecraft? Just way too many things. What would happen? You had a bunch of crafting recipes. You had a bunch of spells in the Minecraft universe. Like, just cram a bunch of shit in there. Until the world is populated with crazy stuff. Like, I've seen crazy stuff being built in Minecraft, even in the old days. I was actually a part of this whole Minecraft thing. That's written in my soul. And I will bring back Reaper's Forge bigger than ever. Why the fuck not? The best thing to do is not to betray yourself. Keep improving yourself. And eventually you will be able to come back. See, the reason why I was able to build Creeper's Forge in the first place is because I trusted someone. What happened? It died, okay? Whatever I trusted has died. It's unbelievable how that is a never-ending story of capitalism. Things just constantly die. Someone tried to bring back the death thing, and they died too. Trying to do it, basically. Because obviously, everything is very difficult. Everything is very demanding. I was actually a part of this, like, great community. And people still reminisce to this day, Every now and then, someone shows up, at least once a year now. Someone shows up who's still wondering what's going on with this thing. And I'm glad. I went through a rough patch in my life, but I was able to scramble newly gained powers. Powers potentially that nobody has ever seen before. Powers that can dominate the world simply because I chose to create. I chose to follow the main direction anyways. Even if I wiggled myself as much as I could, I still followed it. I still improved myself in the end. It's about never giving up, my friend. That is what makes you fireproof. You just keep going. And unfortunately for me, there's always just one direction to follow. There's nowhere else to go. Becoming godlike, when it's going to be set in stone, when it's going to be announced, there's going to be nowhere else to go. The self-improvement path itself shows you have cracked the code. Yes, self-improvement is is it. You're fireproof. You can't, no one can deal damage to you. You just have to live the rest of your life now. Have fun, I guess. You can't improve yourself past this point. You cannot improve your path. You can only follow your path now. It's the only choice I have left. Yes, I see YouTube sinking into politics, and I could do very well within the politics. But I don't have to. I have better things to do, even beyond politics, even beyond morality, vocalization, you know? More than politics, I want to be seen for what I'm creating, and that's way cooler. I invite death to trickle down some of the attention to me. That'll be way better. Because politics still doesn't belong to me in the end. You just hope that people do better in their lives. That they successfully receive their guidance. I don't know, bro. It's so mesmerizing seeing this shit. Video like the death of... Alright, now we got it. If you saw this video, the death of comment section is pretty devastating. People are extra rude. People are extra entitled nowadays. So let's see what's up. Let's dive into the comment section. This basically has 1,000 views. So it wasn't even fucking alive. There was no comment section. Just a bunch of likes. Okay. What? Would the bad microphone quality shut people up? What's happening here? This is weird. Maybe bad microphone is the best microphone right now. Maybe imperfection is the best thing. Just blatant imperfection, just smudge on my fucking shirt is gonna save the day. You know? Whenever I feel very, very angry, I will put smudge on my shirt. And then the OCD idiot's gonna be like, ah! They will be dying inside. They wouldn't even be able to ask for help. Pick your death. Like, you make the best 4 videos and they are dead on arrival, basically. Oh, come on. I put so much effort just to be a fucking idiot. And embarrass myself. Like, it's insane. Your PC can turn on you and you just have to, like, move on past this. It's like, we made history. We took a fucking elephant dump in here. Oh, boy. And you might actually, like, even the money talk can feel embarrassing, right? Like, oh shit, I don't have a good microphone. Like, I can definitely scramble myself a good microphone. Maybe that's what Americans think, right? Like, you're too poor to be on YouTube is the greatest shame of all time. They're just so satisfied. They don't have to fucking panic attack and scramble for whatever bullshit commentary they can leave for my video. I got them basically with a bad microphone. I fucking silenced them. Can you imagine if that's the actual case? Because it looks like it, you know? You always have to put that bit of distraction in the video. Just to kind of funnel all of these Americans basically out of the way. Because they want to die on that distraction. They want to go OC death, alright? You have to deliver that OC death for these people, because it's the funniest thing. Oh boy. Because picky people are gonna, like, pick something up that was meant to be picked in the first place, and it's like, it's so satisfying to trick the shit out of them. For them to step on a mine and call it mine. Oh shit. Oh shit. American be like, that's mine now. Oh, the death. You gotta deliver good death for these people, because they pick it up, man. The idiots pick it up so easily. Yeah, we're ending basically the year. We're ending all these seasons. Like, we're wrapping things up. It's so cool. And it's nice to have a little bit of anxiety in the winter. It's nice to be a little bit faster in the winter than other people. People don't like that. People always become the elements. People always become the assholes. And it's almost like not even a coincidence that my microphone malfunctions is just a way to make other people make less comments. Yeah, scapegoat for other people to talk about something else than how bad my commentary is. Yeah, so betrayal is a pretty big deal, but you just leave all the idiots behind. I want to see if I can encapsulate all the episodes that I've made. Solve a problem is absolutely like you have to chase a solution. There's always like a cutting edge thing you can do to society. There's always, like, it beyond a shadow of a doubt, you can always do something to society that's just fascinating. You can see it on TikTok. It actually awakened a lot of people to do interesting things. Is because there's new social media with new rules. You never know when your thing even like blows up. When there's a specific platform or specific skill that you unlock to popularize yourself, right? To market yourself. You just never know. So you have to just keep going towards that solution of a problem, no matter what it is. Even like a fucking sponge apparently can make millions. Fucking scrub daddy. And it's just the simplest thing that is super viral all of a sudden. Just just because it's so smart. Smart and simple, you will be able to keep training yourself and keep finding the next level for your solution of whatever you want to solve. You can potentially do it. Now, I personally had to cross a lot of like places where like I'm not funneling rewards basically from these places. I'm actually skipping. I'm actually not gonna be interested in like political rewards, corporatism rewards, and capitalism rewards. I'll take social rewards. I just want to talk to people, bro. That would be a little weird, but we have to broaden the spectrum. I just want to interact with people, just hang out with people. We might not even talk. You know, I might not even be interested in talking to them in that particular moment, but I can promise that I'm interested in the interactions now, as long as it's high quality stuff. I basically have to start living a life of like maximum luxury, and this is the most fireproof position to be in as well. All right? Socialism. You don't even really need to think about it. You just have to be happy with how things are going, because you can only keep getting better. And eventually you have found yourself. I think I found myself. I think I became a billionaire. Now I just have to cash in. You know? I have to live life and take whatever I'm getting. Because I don't necessarily need money. Money might actually translate into trouble. Right? I need the actual valuables of society. Because society still exists and people can sometimes forget about it. Valuable of society, being liked, valuable of society, feeling safe and confident. And most importantly, valuable of society is knowing that you tapping into society, that you are this successful, that you see the world in a completely different way. Like, nothing can suck you in and basically loot all of your time. You're not going to get sucked into politics. You're not going to get sucked into money making and hard work. None of that shit matters anymore. Now, Fireproof is not about helping other people, unfortunately. I cannot help you be something you're not. But I can promise you guys that whatever I'm doing, I understand, like, tiny aspects of whatever I'm doing. Every tiny aspect. Like, I'm prepared. I have a whole life ahead of me analyzed and prepared. With the only caveat being that I would technically dive into politics just to save YouTube to some extent. right? I would still like be one leg into discussing YouTube's issues just because that's what I grew up in, and I don't have to be ahead of people all the time, right? I can take one step back sometimes. Going 2 steps back is now 10 times more lucky the people have to be to convince me to do something like that. Whether it's a corporate kind of feeling when you're interacting with indie developers or big corporations wanting your stuff and they only offer you money. I mean, I will not take the money. I will take interactions. That's how you have to pay me, with interactions. You have to hang out with me. You have to spend time with me. Right? Sure, I'll take the money, translate it into food, buy me food. Food is an interaction as well. Like, I want to see what food do you buy for me, to me. Like, all that shit. So the real deal, the real fireproof is to not go down easily, right? I am no longer technically interested in YouTube. I am still interested in YouTube Rewind. I'm still interested in interacting with YouTubers. This is my social circle, basically, that I'm trying to expand, right? But so another aspect of fireproofing is to not go back. There's no going back, my friends. You just keep going one direction. Keep, as the lyric said, keep going up, up, up. Now I'm golden. I mean, the lyrics are kind of perfect for just how I feel. Like, that's the actual fireproof anthem, not Chrissy's anthem. She doesn't know what she's doing, basically. Gold is pretty fireproof, if you ask me. As generic as this song is, it still can represent something, right? I can still see a reflection of myself as a hero. I don't have to look anywhere else for other heroes, but I can still see a reflection within those other heroes of myself being stronger. I can relate to that. Wait. They're literally singing about me, bro. They're literally singing about me. I try to play both sides, but politics never fucking rewarded me. I couldn't find my own place. I couldn't find a place to live. That's a pretty big deal in politics. Like, okay, we agree on politics. Where do I live now? I have to live closer to moral people. So it's pretty... This song is awesome now. This song is fucking perfect. The funny thing is, she says, that's how I'm getting paid. That's exactly my life. I'm getting paid because I'm a problem child. And they paint it as mental illness, bro. It's crazy. This is my song right there. It's crazy. I do feel fireproof now. Gold is literally fireproof. Because you know why. Because money is not fireproof. So what is the opposite of money? Fucking gold. Right? That's it. Gold can never go down in value, and that's the end of that sentence, right? Like, no one is really gonna be, like, massively unsubscribing to me because I'm never gonna, like, radically change my personality. I will only get better from here, right? And deliver more stuff. Even if I fumble and my microphone tumbles into a weird side of history, I will still make fun of it. It's still gonna be fun. Microsoft. I feel like Microsoft fucking did it to me, I feel like it's Microsoft's problem, that microphone, they know about softs and phones potentially, right? They actually try to make Windows 8 phones, so they must know something about microphones, right? That was probably a fucking big meme back in the day. Money is a religion. People believe in it, that's what props it up, but when people let go and stop believing in money, something else is gonna, like, surpass it. And I'm not saying that gold is it. Gold is technically still tied to money. There's something else that's golden, and potentially that should be the final episode. That should be the episode 10. Basically, of how we naturally got to the solution. Everything just comes together naturally, and everything, speaks to me. It's crazy. And despite everything speaking to me, the universe speaking to me, nobody else listens, asks any questions. Nobody fucking is curious about it. Nobody cares enough to even just have me around. They actually celebrating death. And doing that, unfortunately, will completely blindfold you in life. Perhaps that's why Chrissy's best song is Blindfolded. And Blindfold is technically best song of all time. So she has her own fireproof thing, basically, knowing that most people celebrate death. They blindfold themselves and only believe in things that are not fireproof, that might fall apart any time, any moment. Because the moment you rely on anything but yourself, when you're not creating anything, yes, you can project yourself onto a community, you can project yourself onto bigger and bigger things. But if you don't have creative control, then none of this matters. Everything will burn down eventually. You will just get fired from whatever position you're in. Man, this is a strong episode. Strong. See, it's 3 ups, man. It's 3 ups, and now it's our moment. And the funny thing is, becoming golden is literally the final step, right? Or is it? Like, I treat myself as, purple. But golden in terms of, societal standards, purple is, anything beyond that. Golden is something, everyone sees, right? Level 4, I think, where you cross the line. And there's still, it's level 4.5. You're above, just half mark of just all the possible things that life has to offer. You're halfway there. You are now golden. Women will have no chance but to try and steal your heart or whatever. And so on. I would say there's patterns of poverty. Poverty can actually, destroy your life quite a bit. Or just stress in general, right? If you're doing evil things, stress, because you internally impoverished by lack of morality. These are the demon patterns. Everything seems coherent to me. See, it's funny, there's 2 different things. But you get the same patterns. Whether you are poor, you get the demon patterns, or whether you are just evil, you get the demon patterns. And it's very difficult to see the difference between these 2 people. You never know, is a homeless person good or evil? You don't know. It's that crazy, and you just have to almost try every single time approach these people. I'm not doing that, okay? That's not my solution. I'm not homeless people approacher. I have better things to do, but this is generally the most baseline thing you can do in society. Just approach people who are not as lucky, in hopes that you don't get looked at as easy targets, because that's scary. It's like opening loot boxes, basically, in real life. That's the starting point of social interactions in case you don't have anything. If you still have failed, you still have a chance to become that, to reach this level, to reach the ultimate path of godlike material. Just talk to homeless people. I will always tell people there's an actual easy way. You start social interactions where the social interaction starts. You interact with the poorest people. And that's it. And you try to be nice. And not everyone is going to be nice to you, but this is how you learn. This is how you learn of what society is all about. Because homeless have the greatest variety of social values, basically. I did interact with a homeless, and potentially a homeless lady was like, "No, you're good. You can do it." You know? That's way better than just to get like a pity entrance. I can actually enter all by myself now, potentially. That's a pretty big deal. Alright, that puts this story to rest. And then the next step of being fireproof is finding what is gold. The final step. See you guys then.